director of the Institute for Mindfulness Studies. So it's a treat to have you all here. And this particular program is on sleep and napping, and how it is that sleep and napping we can use intentionally to bring about changes to the structure and function or some aspect of our brain, or take advantage of the way our brain is functioning at various times to sort of move into those moments of sleep or napping when it can be most advantageous for us. Well, here's my intention with you all today. We're going to talk in large measure about the benefits of sleep. We're going to talk about some of the detriments that come, or the costs from being deprived of sleep. We'll talk about the science of sleep, the different stages of sleep, and what goes on while we're sleeping. We'll talk about the science of napping. I'm very interested in sharing with you how you can utilize napping to be more effective during the day and the evening, and even have a more effective sleep cycle at night. And there's a couple of different ways of doing it, so you'll be able to sort of tease apart what might work best for you. It's really important, and this is the mindfulness idea, to be aware of the fact that when we don't get enough sleep, there is this real consequence. It's a consequence that doesn't disappear the next day just because you might sleep longer. That may not do it. And here's the most perhaps startling fact to me. When people have not gotten enough sleep, and especially in these experimental studies, they say that they're not affected in terms of their performance. They go in to take a test that's going to be used to assess the consequences of the sleep deprivation, and they say, oh, I'm going to be fine. And they go in and they take the test, and they say, I did fine. And their performance plummets, and they're not aware of it. So take note of what it is that we're going to talk about here in your own instincts for when it is that it's time to get to sleep, because of the fact that you may not be, not unlike the intoxicated driver, sure that you can drive when you may not be able to. Research has found that when you take a nap in the middle of the day or at the end of the day, it actually has the effect of as if you've woken up from a full night's sleep, so that the rest of your day, the rest of your evening, can be one where you are alert and not petering away. One important lesson to take from this little discussion of the different stages of sleep that we have are that they have different functions. Stage 1 sort of just readies us, sort of begins to slow things down. Stage 2, where we spend most of our time, has this toning down, the always attending, so that when we come out of it, we're more refreshed, we're more alert. Stage 3 is this deep, 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 restorative time of sleep. And then finally, REM sleep is this sort of opportunity for consolidation of memory and also the dreaming. If you can find your 90 minutes in here, you will get a full night cycle. You will get the stage 1. You will get the stage 2. You will get the stage 3. You will get the REM sleep. You will have in that hour and a half the opportunity to cycle through one complete cycle of each of those stages and the benefits that would come. The rejuvenation, the repair, the healing, the immune functioning, the alertness, the integration, the deepening of memory and learning. If you can study and do stuff here, get in a good chunk of that here, and then continue on, the research shows that you'll be as effective this part of the day as if you had a whole night's sleep. And part of that is because you've actually taken a piece, a complete piece of that whole night's sleep. Okay, so here's an exercise that can be helpful for one researcher, Sarah, I think Mednick says, can be very helpful for getting yourself into a ready for nap state. So if you decide that you're going to nap for 15 minutes later today, this might be something you could do in advance of it and can guide you into it. Or